Hello, and welcome back to Love Advice TV. My name is Coach Adrienne, and I love doing these videos because it enables me to empower a bunch of people all over the world for free in your process of breakup recovery and as you are trying to evolve to be the higher, better version of yourself. And I do these videos basically to convey messages that I tell clients on a one-to-one basis over the phone, Skype, in person, over email. And I try to take nuggets of advice that applies to a lot of people and to do a video centered around these topics to make sure that you have the knowledge and the information that you need to reach your goal of being with the one you love. And this entire video is centered around the notion of needing to focus on the things that you can control in order to be successful in your breakup recovery. So at least a few times a day, I'll tell my clients, after they ask me a question, to focus on the things that they can control. Because there's so many variables, there are so many moving parts. You cannot force someone to love you. You cannot force someone to change the way they feel about you. You cannot force someone to trust you, and you cannot just make someone forget past traumas and behaviors. You cannot force someone to stay faithful to you after a breakup. You cannot force someone to do something that they don't want to do. And many times people ask me questions where you're trying to do something that inevitably you cannot do, that is outside of the scope of your control. So if you do that, what is going to end up happening is that you will either look very needy and desperate, or you're going to feel really down about yourself because you're working on trying to do something that you can't control. If you are afraid that your ex is going to date again, for example, and you are reaching out to them and latching on for dear life because you're afraid that they're going to move on, and you're just trying to maintain dialogue to prevent them from moving on, you are actually trying to achieve something that is impossible. You're making yourself look less appealing in the process. And this process is so difficult, to be honest, that it requires your energy and your focus to be channeled in the right way. Everything that you do matters. And when you focus on things that are outside of your control, a lot of the energy that is needed to reach your goal is being drained, is being flushed away. And that's a best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that energy is used in a way that actually hinders your chances of winning back the one you love because you're coming off very needy, desperate, and doing things that inevitably make you look bad. And so if you are afraid to do certain things because you're afraid of detaching and afraid that it will push your ex away, I encourage you to ask yourself if you're focused on things that you can control, that falls in the scope of what you can do and what you can be accountable for, or are you trying to do things that ultimately you have no control over, or trying to persuade the one you love to love you, but not for the right reasons. And that's why I felt that it was very, very important for me to do this video. Because from my experience, I know that if you have a clear roadmap, a clear plan, and you're focused on that plan and on the things that you can control, and you're not getting distracted and you're not acting on impulse or getting emotional, ultimately your chances of success increase dramatically. Most of the time, clients fail to get their ex back because they make mistakes. Not because it's impossible, but because they get in their own way. They let their fears and their insecurities get the best of you, and they try to focus on things that fall outside of the scope of what they can control. You can only be accountable for what you do, for how you choose to live your life, for how happy and positive you are, and for everything that you set out to achieve day in, day out, how you stay accountable to yourself, to your process, to your roadmap. That's what matters, and that's what will enable you to be successful. So, if there's one lesson that I want you to take from this video, is to focus on the things that you can control. By doing that, you will inevitably become the higher, better version of you. And as a result, organically, naturally, you will inspire the one you love to rethink the way that they see you and to also want to evolve and to grow for you so that you can both meet each other halfway and nurture a new and improved relationship. This was Coach Adrienne. We are Love Advice TV, and we are here to empower you on your journey. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will focus on the things that you can control. Please give me a thumbs up. Fuel our fire so we can do more videos for you. As always, keep fighting the good fight, and see you very soon.